Chapter 5. Doors open.
I could be useful. If he has a fire flames and I have a fire element, Roxy said, trying to convince Netro. No, I can't risk you trying to take down or defeat Akuyama without knowing what he could do, Netro said as Roxy looks at him mad. What about you, Verlin? You got any plans? Netro said in a bitter tone. Well, maybe some stealth tech could get the job done. I say we take out that fruitcake slowly, Verlin said, trying to think as Unknown looks at him in a serious face, then turns to Natural. Natural, are you done with your plan? Unknown said, impatient. Nearly Zero and Unknown. Netro designed these teleportation devices that led to this old mansion, Natural said, fascinated, and gave each of them a set of keys that looked like watches. They put them on their wrist. Me, Roxy, and Verlin will plan our counterattack against Akuyama. You need to go and help Static, Silver said, confident, as they teleported through the east right of the hallway and began to start their defense. Find those tapes, Unknown. We have to figure out a way to stop him, Natural said as they teleported up floor above them. Scorchus, I know that you're hurt, and you won't like me saying this, but stay here with Calabasa, Natural said in a worried tone. Scorchus looks at him, then gets up with a confident look, with a steady face. I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Let's go, Scorchus said, as he looks or walks away. Calabasa looks at Natural. Scorchus is tough, just like you. Stay confident, Natural. Don't let fear you. You fear the fear itself, Calabasa said, as he shifts into a raven. Natural silently follows them, accepting the advice. Static wakes up, seeing Akuyama staring at him as if he was trying to put fear into Static. His devil eyes looked at Akuyama, not caring about the white eyes, and that Static was more of an evil person himself and is not interested into the likes of Akuyama. I know who you are, Static. The one who tried to conquer and destroy every universe, but failed to. Akuyama interrupted by Static, and Static looked at Akuyama the way he looked at Natural in his own lair. Play the victim of being evil, but in the end, evil will always play you. Just remember, I'm Static Voidwalker. I'm no match for you, Static said as he braced his dark evil power against Akuyama as they both began to fight. Akuyama tried to overpower Static with a dark blaze. As it almost hits him, Natural quickly comes in and uses barriers all around Akuyama. Then, Scorchus quickly uses Evil Blade and hits Akuyama. He falls to the ground, and Calabasa comes in tired. Why do I have trouble using my powers? Calabasa shifts back into his original self. Akuyama gets up and uses another aura, and they teleported again into the battlefield. Not again, Natural said as Akuyama summons Devil Jills and a lot more. Natural closes his eyes and pretends he's pushing something. Then a sharp wind felt like blades hitting you 10 times worse, and he destroys all the Devil Jills, and Akuyama's eyes widened. Impossible. You're going to die. Akuyama fuses a death blast against Natural. I won't lose, Natural said, angry, and runs towards it and jumps. He punches the blast, and it disintegrates as it bounces back and it disappears.
Chapter 6. Playing the time.
Unknown Neely and Zero walked in this long hallway. A door creaked open and they walked in slowly. A devil chill came rushing out. Unknown sucker punched it in the face and throws the devil chill. How do we know how to find the tapes if we don't even know where they are? Unknown said, losing interest into finding them. Unknown, we can't just give up now. Natural needs us to find them. Neely said, softly while Zero yelled out, I found another tape! Zero said, and grabbed the tape, and it played on its own.
A character. Not even I could understand such practical standards. Ever since him and his brother, Neely broke apart when they were young, Unknown was always more of a willingful person to always get things straightforward. He wears a mask to show that he's not hiding himself nor his face. Style of so-called cool is not what he wants. He wears the mask to not only show what you think he is, he has the abilities of what you think he knows.
The tape had ended, and Unknown punched the tape with his hands. We'll collect every tape except this one, Unknown said as he walks out of the room. Come on, let's go, Unknown said, silent as he walks past Neely. Neely then smiled at Unknown. You know, Unknown, I know your real name. If you want the listeners to know your real name, I can say it. But Unknown is more important than your real name, isn't it? Neely said, while Unknown stopped. My real name? It's been so long I forgot what my real name is anymore. You still know it? Unknown turned to Neely as he nods his head. Yeah, 'cause you're my brother. And without me, you would be alone and still stuck at Static's lair, Neely said, while Zero turns around and sees red eyes that look familiar. What is that? Guys, look, Zero said, as it growls deeply as Zero recognized the growl, as Unknown and Neely heard it, and looked around. What was that? Unknown said as he takes his sword out. Unknown couldn't see, as it was pitch black. He looked around, and he stared at his sword. Then he began to flash back of what Natural said from the beginning. The sword, the Dragon Fang sword, is a gifted sword from the universe and from Parallel Fang himself. It's with you and your journey, and in that journey, you're gonna have to learn how to travel without it and rely on yourself someday. Here, take it, for now, Natural said, as the Unknown flashed back into reality and he put away his sword and meditated. Unknown, there's no time to be meditating, 'cause we're now stuck in this room, Zero said, as Unknown opened his eyes and he expanded his fingers wide and green fire flamed from the palm of his hand. Neely's eyes widened. You control fire? Neely said, as Unknown looked around, ignoring Neely's question for now. And out of nowhere, a sharp werewolf came tackling in on Unknown as he jerked backwards, falling towards the ground. Neely tries to find Unknown, but he was nowhere to be seen, as Zero noticed that it was a trapped mirror room, and there was no escape. Unknown? Zero! Neely yelled, softly. Nothing but darkness in every direction, with no light, with nowhere to go. Unknown elbowed the werewolf several times, striking him hard in the face, and Unknown pushed the werewolf backwards and got up from the ground. "Wait a minute. You're that werewolf from before. Why are you following us?" Unknown said, angry, and pulled it by its fur, ready to strike it in the face again. As the werewolf covers his face, blood began to leak from its forehead, and Unknown let go of its fur. Unknown heard something, a large amount of heavy breathing, and Unknown turned around, and a bright, soft, blue light stared at Unknown as it formed into a dragon. Unknown didn't know who this dragon exactly is or was. It was a blue dragon. Unknown nervously said, "Are you Parlo Fang?" Looking up at the dragon.
I am Blue Light, the parallel dragon. You've been stuck in a dimension in between where nothing exists. But I'm here to guide you through. But being violent towards others won't be tolerated.
Blue Light said, as Unknown looked at the bruises on the werewolf, as it didn't say a word, and was in pain as blood dripped from its forehead. "He is an enemy, Blue Light," Unknown said, with a straight face, unafraid, as Blue Light went very close to Unknown's face.
Whether you go against each other or fight each other, you always forgive your enemies, even if they are evil, 'cause life bullies their heart until it breaks them in half, until evil tries to bully life by destroying it to death.
Blue Light said, and as Unknown backs up, Unknown looks at the bruised werewolf and punches it in the face. "That's not what it said to my brother. I took a bullet for him," Unknown said, exasperated by his speech. A discharge of lightning blasts at Unknown, and he uses dashing spin and deflects the blast with his sword as the dragon spoke.
I know a way to stop Akuyama.
Blue Light said, as Unknown, Zero, and Nilly barged out of the room, and Nilly looked to see Unknown and Zero. "There you guys are. Let's hurry and find the other Nilly paused to look around. "We're out of the dark room," Nilly said, slumping down. Unknown spoke. "I know a way to stop Akuyama," Unknown said, grinning, as Nilly frowns at Unknown. Can't wait for our next chapter." "Let's go," Nilly said, slumping with his arms down.
Chapter 7. Blinded.
Roxy uses her brother's technical vision that looks like zoomed-in glasses. As she scouts the place, she spots a portal rift and her eyes widened. Roxy grabs her earpiece mic as she quickly puts it on her ear. "Brother, come in," Roxy said, as Netro uses hacking body techniques and was able to disable the Devil Jill's fighting abilities from their mind and slice their nerves from the inside of their body without using a knife or blades. Sis, I'm in a tight spot right now. What is it? Natural said, dodging a dagger from a devil chill while Scorcher defends Natural using Dark Shadow Shield. We might have found a way out of this mansion. There's a rift portal, but we don't know where it leads to, Roxy said, as Natural's eyes widened. Okay, thanks, Roxy. I'll let Natural— No! Natural drops the mic. Brother? Brother, are you there? Come in. Roxy puts her earpiece mic away, and she goes to tell Silver. Anything? Silver said, No, not yet. I told my brother, but it looks like they're fighting. Roxy said, sorrowful. So how do we stop Akuyama? Nilly said to Unknown as he turned around. There's a portal that leads to our dimension and this dimension. If we can find it, we can be able to get out of here. But Natural needs to not only destroy this mansion, he needs to make sure that Akuyama does not escape. Unknown said, as they quickly run, Silver and Roxy still planning their counterattack, as Rillen is working more on his abilities and tries to use his powers more neatly and carefully. Really appreciate it if you help us out, Rillen, 'cause this will be hard for us to compete, and Silver would like to compete it with you, if you don't mind, Roxy said, as Rillen looks at Roxy. Oh, all right, Rillen said in a rusty voice, as Silver looks and gives a mean glare. Get serious, Rillen, before I slap you. Natural isn't relying on us. He's counting on us. Silver stopped. Well, Rillen looks at her confused. Are you okay, Silver? Roxy said, worried as Silver got up. I hear someone. Not one, but three! And they're coming this way, Silver said as Rillen's eyes widened. Wait, are you serious? Rillen cautiously looked in both directions as Roxy gets ready to fight. Almost there, Nilly said as they're running. Nilly sees a fire fist as it hits him in the face as he falls down on some garbage cans. As Unknown looked fast and he blocks the punches and then jabs but stops and noticed Roxy. Roxy? Silver and Virilin? I thought you guys were planning your counterattack. Zero spoke, Unknown's mind, as Roxy covers her mouth. I'm so sorry. Nilly, are you okay? Roxy said sorrowful, as Nilly pulls his head up. Don't be. It was for the greater good. Ugh, Nilly said, dizzy as he limps his head back down. Did you find all the tapes? Silver asked Unknown, as he smirked. Even better. I have a plan and that's why I came to you. We don't need those tapes to escape. What we need is to work together. Unknown pulled out his sword. Ready to go home? Unknown said, confident.
Chapter 8 Planning.
Natural looks down. How do we stop him? Natural said. He looks up quickly, and Akuyama does a grip move and grabs Natural by the neck again. Give me what I want, or I will kill you, Akuyama said to Natural as he spoke. Go F yourself, Natural said as he closes his eyes. Hey Akuyama, kill this, Static said as he uses Dead Silencer, and Scortress strikes Akuyama as he flew, making him fall to the ground hard. As Natural fell to the ground, he struggles to breathe as he tries to stay awake. Natural, look at me. Look at me, Natural. Keep your eyes open, Natural said while he grabs his earpiece mic. Roxy, come in. Tell the others that Natural wants to regroup quickly. Natural's been hurt badly, Natural said as he turned around and looked up. He sees Akuyama. He kicks Natural hard, making him stumble to the other side. Kalabasa tries to use Mirror, but Akuyama traps Kalabasa. Scorchers uses Shadow Plays and tries to possess Akuyama, but he quickly uses another beam strike as Scorchers disappears. He pulls out a death knife. Natural, you are useless, Akuyama said as he tries to stab Natural. Natural quickly rolled over to the other side, making Akuyama miss. Natural heard someone shouted, "Let him go!" Unknown said as he runs fast and uses fast teleport and grabs Natural, but Akuyama quickly takes a hold of Unknown's wrist as he punches Akuyama repeatedly in the face as he drops Natural. You don't quit, do you? Unknown said. He quickly pulls out his sword and does a blade cross, but Akuyama grabs Unknown's sword and he throws Unknown. Nilly then switches in and uses an electric bodyguard combo kick and shocks Akuyama as he stumbles. Zero throws a smoke bomb and they were able to escape. Natural looked up, barely moving, as he couldn't see a thing. I won't lose! Natural yells in pain and tries to get up, but Scorchers quickly grabs and picks up Natural. No! I have to beat him! Natural said as Scorchers walks away carrying Natural. Natural, you'll get your chance again. Right now, we have to get out of here. Scorchers said softly as Silver runs fast to Natural. Natural, what the hell were you thinking? Silver said, worried, and hugs Natural as he looks around and seeing the portal. He spoke. Just trying to distract Akuyama. Natural smiled while Zero healed him. Thanks. I needed that. Natural said, fired up, as Roxy smacks Natural. You forgot to tell him? Roxy said, furious. I'm sorry for not telling him. I forgot. Natural said, nervous, as Natural looks at them both, confused. What's up with you two? Did you guys find something? Natural said as Roxy turned to Natural. Yes, we did. Me and Silver spotted a portal to our dimension, Roxy said as Unknowns butted in. We have to make sure that we destroy this mansion. Natural, you have to make sure Akuyama does not escape, Unknown said. Wait a second. Where's Static? Natural said, confused. Kalabasa and Static wait beside the portal.
Chapter 9. A Trapped Soul.
Akuyama stands still and looked around, and there was no one. He grinned his face as he sees someone beneath the shadow, but there was no one. Natural, if you're a creator, can't you create things like a pencil or a bat? Zero asked, fascinated, as Natural looked up nervous. I guess Unknown is not the only one with secrets, huh? Natural said nervously, as Unknown rolled his eyes. Are we gonna get out of here, or are we gonna let some miserable bastard torture us? Unknown said, and looking at Natural. Just a second, Unknown. And yes, Zero, I can. Natural creates a nuclear box with a remote click on it, as Unknown and the others fascinated. Not gonna lie, Natural, I'm impressed, Unknown said, while he looks around, and they started seeing pitch black spread all around them. Natural! Natural! Nelly shouted, as Natural gasped and looked around. Unknown pulled out his sword, and he used green fire. Not again, Unknown said, as he hears a whisper. What a fool, the whisper said, as Unknown looks around. Show your sword skills. They're not unknown. The whisper laughed, as Unknown grunts. What did you do to Static? Show yourself! Unknown looks around, and he then sees white eyes. Unknown will be sad to see the unknown striker die, Akuyama said, as Natural was able to hear, and he then began to rage. That's it! I tried to work things out, but you crossed the damn line! Natural smacks the ground and made the pitch black fade. Natural sees Unknown and runs to him fast. A spear aimed at and fires directly at Unknown. It's just in time. Natural quickly tackles Unknown, and they both fall to the ground. They both looked up as Natural looked at Unknown, worried. What? Am I okay? Unknown said, as Unknown realized that the spear completely destroyed his mask. Natural sees Unknown's face, and the others gasp. The spear! It ripped off Unknown's mask! Silver said, softly. We got our chance to go. Come on! Unknown said, as he made his way past the hallway, as the others followed him. Natural sees Static and Galabasa up ahead. They stop next to the portal. It's time to blow this away. Natural looked for the nuclear box. No, 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 no! Natural said, I dropped the nuclear box. I'm going back to go get it. You guys go inside the portal now. Natural said, Akuyama tries to destroy the box, as the others already had gone inside the portal. Natural tries to find the remote, as he sees it in front of the nuclear box. And Scortress runs towards Akuyama to stop him from coming our way. When I die, put my soul in your heart and bury me beneath it, so I can be in your heart forever, Scortress said to Natural as he yells, Scortress, no! Natural tries to run after him, but Static pulls Natural back. We have to go, Static said as Scortress aims a dagger at the remote, and it clicks, and it went off. Scortress turned around, smiling. Thank you for letting me be on your team, even if it looked like I never wanted to. I love all of you. Keep smiling. Natural, Scortress said, as the shock wave burned him, and he was gone. Unknown pulled Static and Natural, and they got in the portal. Scortress, no! Natural cries as everyone was back in Natural's house. We're home, Zero said, as Silver and the others went to the living room. Unknown looked around and sees Natural crying and noticed that Scorchus isn't with them. Natural, I'm so sorry. Silver hugs Natural. He was our friend from the very start, Nelly said, confident. He will always be in our hearts, Calabasa said. The next week, Natural made a poster of Scorchus, his symbol, that was on his chest, and put it up on his wall as a memory. Natural reached his hand out as Unknown looked and seen something in Natural's hand, then looked up at Natural. What's that? Unknown said, confused. It's a new mask. Since Akiyama destroyed the other one, I gave you, or I sewed up a new one, just for you. Natural said, as Unknown got up and hugged Natural. I'm sorry for being mean to you. I don't even know anymore. But when you risked your life to save me, I didn't even know what to say. But thank you. It's the reason why I didn't care when my mask ripped, 'cause I'm alive. Unknown smiled for the first time. Thank you for everything, and for this mask, Unknown said, happy, and puts the new mask on as Natural didn't even know what to say. It's okay. I forgive you. How does the new mask feel, or look, or however you want to call it? Natural said, smiling. I love it. Unknown smiled back as Silver spoke. What do we do now? Silver said, sad, as Rillen shrugged her shoulders. And now we play video games. Who's down? Berylin said, fired up as the Silver smiled confident. I'll beat every one of you anyways. Silver moved her hair back. Let's go. I'll beat you. Zero said, oh, stop it. Roxy said, laughing as Natural spoke. I'll be right back. I'ma go outside. Natural said as Unknown followed. They both go outside as the morning rose, as Natural took a deep breath in, calmly. What do we do now? Unknown said, as they look up at the blue sky. We keep watch, and do the same thing. We keep moving forward, 'cause every end has consequences. Come on, let's go back inside, and try to beat Vrillin and the others, Natural said, smiling. This is静的boido InsticWalker. We hope you've enjoyed this audiobook.